Hello, Slice family. Welcome back to the show. Stephen Bowden here to give you a quick update on the US Open first round happenings. The big three have all gotten through the first round relatively unscathed, except for Roger Federer, who had a bit of a trip up. We'll get into that. But the big news is, surprise, surprise, the next gen superstars fell by the wayside by the names of Stefanos Tsitsipas and Dominic Thiem. We're going to look into what happened there and how the big three got through and who they're going to face next on this quick episode of The Slice.
Welcome to The Slice.
Welcome to The Slice.
Welcome to The Slice.
All right. Thanks for joining in, folks. Welcome to the show. There's been lots of happening, obviously, at the US Open. Lots of action, lots of matches, and things are just getting started, if you would believe it or not. The big three are all through, like I said. But first, before we get into that, if you haven't hit the subscribe button already, do that so you don't miss anything else. And go to the Instagram right now at The Slice Tennis to let me know what type of merch I should put out. We have a couple video or items on there and a poll for you to do at The Slice Tennis. Also, if you want to watch one of these matches with me, we have a thing called Match Companion happening on the Patreon account. So that is the link below. If you've got some of the commentators at this year's US Open, I don't know what it is, but they are getting absolutely wild. They're like just all these randoms I haven't heard about, and they're talking about their own tennis careers, and it's just really awkward. So if you don't want to listen to that anymore, come listen to The Slice during a match on Match Companion. Sign up for the Patreon show. You can afford it. The link is below, and I'd love to see you there. But let's get into these matches. So Djokovic defeated Carbeles Baena 6-4, 6-1, 6-4. 0 break points faced, so he obviously had a walk in the park on that day. Some people got mad at me that I didn't know Carbeles Baena's name. And you know what? I'm sorry. There's a lot of players out there, and I can't know them all. I could do a bit more research on that name, I guess. But it didn't matter because Djokovic swiped him aside. He's on to the next round. Londero, who is he's been playing well lately. I saw him at the French Open do well. So we'll see how he does on these hard courts. Djokovic shouldn't have much of a problem, though. He should be fine. Nadal came through Millman tonight, defeating old Diggy Johnny Millman, who caused obviously a massive upset last year against Federer. Dismissed him 6-3, 6-2, 6-2. It wasn't that straightforward, though. The match took about 2 and a bit hours, so it wasn't. A lot of the games were very close, and Millman is a tough fighter, and there was lots of crazy, really long rallies. Nadal only served 59% first serves in, showing me that he either had an off night or he was going for a bit more because he knew that the courts were a bit slow. And at this US Open, he's going to have a better first serve. So maybe that's a strategy he's implementing. We'll see how he does in his next match up against Thanasi Kokkinakis, who's going to be a tough player for him because Thanasi Kokkinakis, friend of the show, is on the comeback train. He's on the comeback game. He's on the come up. So you better watch out. I'm excited for that match. And Federer defeated Sunit Nagal, not to be confused with Nadal, obviously. 4-6, 6-1, 6-2, 6-4. Losing the first set, serving, I think, 50 or 49% first serves in the first set. So terrible serving performance. It got better as the match went on, and Federer squeezed it out like a pro would. Coming back from love 40 in his final service game with some big bombs to win that match. So rusty start for him, not looking the best he's ever looked, but he's on to the next round, and I'm sure he'll just get better from here. So that's that for the big three. They're all through, and they're all dandy and happy and doing their thing, as to be expected because they're the most consistent tennis players of all time. Now we go to the two players who are known for their future and for their amazing results so far, but not for their consistency so far, in one of them being Stefanos Tsitsipas. So Stefanos Tsitsipas lost today and lost it today in his match against Andrei Rublev, who's been insanely hot if you haven't been watching lately. He's been playing great. He beat Federer last week, and he took out Tsitsipas today. He looked like he was pushing Tsitsipas around on the court. I think when Tsitsipas plays a guy like Rublev who gets more balls back than not, it seems to cause a problem for Tsitsipas. He likes to be able to make players make mistakes and hit winners and put pressure on, and Rublev really redirects the pressure, and he did well in that today. Tsitsipas got down and out. He was given a time or a coaching warning from the umpire, and then he got a time violation point penalty, and there's a kind of a crazy exchange that went on between him and the umpire. Very Serena Williams Warning-esque. And the coach that was involved in the coaching warning was none other than Serena Williams' coach, Patrick Martegalu. Is there a connection here? I think so. But Tsitsipas said to the umpire, apparently he's got something against the French people. He said, he's like, what is it? You out to get me? You're French. You're all weirdos. You're all weirdos. So apparently Stefanos Tsitsipas does not like the French people. Any of my French followers, are you offended by that? I would be if I was French. That's kind of funny, though. I don't know where that comes from. So it's a sad chapter for young buck Stefanos Tsitsipas. Obviously not his best moment. He's going to move through this and be fine in his young career. People are overhyping. They're like, oh, he was overhyped. No, he's not. He's the real deal. He'll move past this and play really well in the future. But today was not his day. Dominic Thiem looked passive and out of shape. Mostly probably due to his illness that I heard him having before the tournament and probably not over it. Losing to a good young player, Thomas Fabiano, today, which was not a good... I had high hopes for Thiem coming into this tournament. Thiem and Tsitsipas were actually supposed to meet in the quarterfinal of their quarter, and that's not going to happen. So that quarter is wide open now. Lots of opportunity there, but Thiem didn't look good. He was just not himself today, so you can't really blame that on his inconsistency. He didn't seem physically fit for the match, but which was sad to see. So there's Alexander Zverev miraculously pulled out a 5-setter today to beat a tough guy. I forget who he's playing, but he got into it as well. It looked like he might have lost it, but then he pulled it back. So we got one next-gener coming through at least. Nick Kyrgios is playing a little bit later tonight. That's going to be interesting. But from the looks of it, the courts at the U.S. Open don't look too slow this year. They actually seem like they're a little bit faster. And then in the Nadal match, I saw that a lot playing against Millman. The ball seemed to be moving pretty good. So that's going to be interesting going forward for the big three. We're going to see how they react to it. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. This little first round roundup. Stay tuned to the Slice. Subscribe below so you don't miss any U.S. Open updates coming. And again, we got a big announcement coming soon about some merch dropping. So stay tuned to the Slice YouTube and Instagram at the Slice Tennis for all of that. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you very soon.